Yeah, I mean, some people are sort of uncomfortable. Doesn't really bother me to talk about alcoholism and being an alcoholic. It's part of my life.
But I don't know, geez, it's tough. It's not something, we've seen example after example after example of how it does not work out when somebody deals with this as publicly as some people in the past have.
Yeah.
And I don't know how healthy that is.
Jennifer Lopez might be on cloud nine as she's currently living the life of her teenage dreams with Ben Affleck, but that's not to say there are no hiccups in the couple's love affair. Ever since they famously reunited, they've been keeping a pretty low profile. But what has got them in the news these days? And why does it seem like some people are warding off Jennifer Lopez away from boyfriend Ben Affleck? In December 2021, Ben Affleck faced a major backlash online after having a freewheeling interview with Howard Stern on SiriusXM's The Howard Stern Show. Ben made the controversial comments while talking to the show's host about a couple of subjects, including his career growth, and also spoke about his marriage and alcohol abuse during the interview. While discussing his divorce from Jennifer Garner during the interview, Affleck seemed to pin his struggles with remaining sober on his former partner. "I'd probably still be drinking," Affleck said on the show, referring to if he was still married to Garner. "It's part of why I started drinking, because I was trapped. I was like, I can't leave because of my kids, but I'm not happy. What do I do? And what I did was drink a bottle of scotch and fall asleep on the couch, which turned out not to be the solution. The truth was, we took our time, we made the decision, we grew apart, we had a marriage that didn't work," Affleck said, according to ABC News. This happens. Shortly after, the controversial comments made their way online and went viral. Critics started to accuse Affleck of deflecting and blaming his ex-wife for his drinking problems. Page 6 then reported, according to an unnamed source, that Jennifer Lopez was also not happy over the situation. "Lopez is pissed," the source said. "She is getting pulled into this because she's dating him. She doesn't want to be dragged into this." The source continued, "She has met Jennifer Garner. She is trying to get to know her and Ben's kids," with the source adding that Ben's comments were reckless and cavalier of him. Coming off that drama, news making rounds now says some people might just be whispering in J-Lo's ears on how she should take the initiative to dump Affleck before she gets in too deep. Allegedly, GossipCon investigated and reported that Jennifer Garner is so worried that her ex-husband Ben Affleck is going to relapse and go back to his old habit of drinking excessively now that he's back together with Jennifer Lopez. The magazine recounts how Affleck and Lopez celebrated her 52nd birthday with luxury dinners and cuddling aboard a yacht. But according to the tabloid, Affleck found the time to break away from Lopez and hit the casino where he would gamble for hours. Ben's been living the high life since renewing his romance with J-Lo. An insider muses, he's been having fun, traveling all over like a rock star. The outlet reports that Garner is absolutely concerned the father of her children will fall back into his partying ways, just like old times. According to an insider's telling, the actor might just be well on his way to destroying his hard work towards remaining sober. The gambling, being around alcohol, those are huge concerns. The source dishes. The last thing Jen wants is for all of Ben's hard work to end in another relapse. She's made it clear through mutual contacts that she wants J-Lo to be aware of certain signs. Despite the claims making rounds that Lopez has a bone to pick with Affleck over his comments regarding his ex-wife, J-Lo has come out to speak her own truth to people, saying, "This story is simply not true," adding, "It is not how I feel. I couldn't have more respect for Ben as a father, a co-parent, and a person," she says. But some fans are not totally convinced of J-Lo's stance, referencing the Latino singer's ability to bounce back fast and move on to new partners. Waiting for possible news of Ben and Jennifer, fondly monikered Bennifer, breaking up, a fan tweeted, "This has got me thinking now that Ben Affleck looks like an ass after blaming Jennifer Garner for his drinking. Will Jennifer Lopez dump him and find someone else again in a few weeks?" And of course Affleck has backtracked on his words ever since the misleading misleading interview, clarifying his words. During an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live on December 15th, Affleck addressed the Howard Stern interview with his friend and host Jimmy Kimmel and suggested that the media made it seem as if I was saying the exact opposite of what I said. The Batman actor continued, "I had gone on and said how much we respect each other and cared about each other and cared about our kids and put them first and went through our stuff." Affleck told Kimmel per E! Online. He added that the following reports that he blamed my ex-wife for my alcoholism and that I was trapped in this marriage were not true, and just made me out to be like the worst, most insensitive, stupid, awful guy. He continued, "That's not true. I don't believe that. It's the exact opposite of who I am, what I believe, and I would never want my kids to think I would ever say a bad word about their mom. It hurts my feelings." As if to say that there's no trouble in their paradise, during the Jimmy Kimmel taping of the episode Affleck was to appear, Lopez was seen supporting and escorting the actor to the set, holding hands with smiles on their faces. Following the public display of support and PDA, some fans are not here for J-Lo standing by her man and are definitely showing their displeasure. One displeased fan said, "Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck deserve the shitstorm awaiting them. Alcoholics and gamblers have their own set of toxicity and dysfunction that Jennifer Garner and the kids got ahead of. Ben is J-Lo's problem now." Affleck, who has struggled with addictions throughout his life, has been to rehab for alcohol addiction not once, not twice, but 3 times. The first was in 2001, then in 2017, which he revealed in a post on Facebook, and 2018 when he and Garner finalized their divorce. Seeing as Affleck was famously pictured in 2018 being driven by Garner to a rehabilitation center located in Malibu for the 3rd time, many are quick to point out just how ungrateful the actor is towards Garner, whom fans have pointed out stayed with him during his difficult time even after being divorced from him. An emotional and slightly disheveled Affleck was then seen leaving the house in a car driven, with reports saying Garner, who had arrived to stage an intervention for her ex-husband. Well, some critics of Affleck are still not over the Geely actor's lack of empathetic words when it comes to the subject of his failed marriage to Garner. One fan seems to think the father of 3 is just all about himself, saying, "Ben went from Jennifer Lopez to Jennifer Garner. He really doesn't have a type, and he's trying to be everything to everyone, and he is acting like he is afraid of being judged by everyone in Hollywood, especially by the partner that he is with." Lopez was engaged to Affleck back in 2002 until the pair called off the wedding in 2004. Nearly 20 years later and almost 2 decades of being with different partners, they reunited in April 2021 and have been hot and heavy ever since. J-Lo and Affleck officially started their romance about a month after the singer called off her engagement to NFL star Alex Rodriguez, whom she dated for 2 years. But despite getting together in what seemed like seconds, the pair is reportedly already thinking about their future together. With possible news of an engagement on the horizon, it is hard to say if Lopez will heed to advice to drop Affleck, although it is highly unlikely. Did Jennifer Garner do the right thing by warning J-Lo of her ex-husband's drinking problem? Should Jennifer Lopez be on the lookout for a possible relapse from Ben? Do you believe Affleck's words in his Howard Stern interview were misconstrued? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. See you next time, and thanks for watching.